Kole ngambulo luku. With whatever we do. Jioni safu no la. With whatever we do. Hale yide munyu skula. Nyepamne ne kudukula. Nyepangira gena. Nyepamne ne kudukula. Ibuke nungo ni beti sola. Ibuloke nato ni betoto.
Bigi Congo.
Lamin.
Na?
Lamin te jibe norin te nyame Lamin.
Kama na wulo kono.
Wulo kono nyite mo Lamin.
Pabilenki.
Nangata afamole.
Haina.
Nangata. Ngoto le. Fabrama.
Mingi. Baba nyola.
No ngoto le Fabrama.
Na mu jumala kan kuma ni ten.
Fabrama.
Jumala mu.
Ndele bare muso.
Lunda mana. Jamani mbere. Jamani mbere.
Doko.
Jamani.
Bari ngoto man kontande.
Bari jamani fana na ramu man kontan.
Ngoto minaka ngalamin je fon filitala. Lamin jibe nori nyala.
Lamin ila siran sama benki. Yala so tol sayni no ko ngol ko momo.
Ngoto.
Nam.
Iterinte yalo ne Lamin hakilo diata bake karamu ngoto. Anu santeng ministre si suoko na amake ko do
si bitun
bagona ringa
ala ni ko kede namo balo
ala ni na ko na karta bulo be dam ala ni je
ngoto
nam
ngoto mon konta fere
jamani mu nekata
ifika Lamin ki wulo ko no nyintay mon ko do fete malo Lamin nyande sila la be la moy kala karam
jamani karam wol be soron ne ko fasi ta wulo ko nako
baba
karam wol ma soron ni ko karam wol soron da amake ko holide lem ngoto dindi wo nyande sila la ala karam wala moy yamen kamen fue man kontaan andamande
alla nyin kombo courant adanda la kombo len do la jankara mol soron do kamen courant ma la kombo e ko ndol fanena kara mol soron je kara mol soron Lamin ada lo nyino la amanta ra fena sokon ala mu nekela
am Lamin ite foyde malon ko lesinol be ke kar radio to
nga fine
e ko yaadi mo Lamin
nga fine
ya mu na fonye
bi kabin mina ka ndambita nteri mañing Fatou ndambite la sukala ala dinngol bebe siri be la moy ka
Fatou danso am fana tambira jele ni subala la ngaje dinngol be jet talanta nen kili waru e be seri jelet
sa Lamin farante ku kili wo ke no la ba Lamin bita ka wulo ko no nyinta mo Lamin
amandara fenela
ite dine ko ni man si yakaru lesinol la moy radio to e balon na
mu neka ke afonde ma ñaara ni alon
kelentel jikot
afonde ma mu be ke
ite balentel be cikritel ni man karambe ku ke yaaje nata karana mbasa malaya ay tarije
par ñaarande kombo courant ho findira kombo ite na radio ni sonka bay ko la tala wulo ko karam mo be so da fane membe kala
ngoto wole nati ba ngalle ni Lamin kuntala kombo courant e ka fa me kombo courant asotota wala kinay ko e si suwo kono bari ni ko e si suwo kono be karangol dike la radio linteto hani tele masoto to nyaay man tele soto da bungo ba jobe bulen koto batiri sanga si aya lamo
sa do kala nyaadi
ko ta ro bulaji
abe kala nyaadi
kamun ke nyaadi
radio abe wala mo la be mona falaje
ibe la karandirol kala jele
ti talle be radio ko men ka karamo
ila subjectol baby jele baby jele
wala nan ka coco moy fa dan so wolya ngombe tambi ka nga dindi ngol je be ikadum bungo ko kada maro mo
asototal de
Lamin mala be kara wala de
bari
laftalal ideal on ko inde every year second wala fourth
mune mi ko ma ko nde ko folle sini lamba ndele ne ba
mba say mba foke en koto wole fango yen wulindi yalo famo keta bat ñu fadam bulata ko ko me yen nati jambi Lamin nyanta karana ndel be jiko be nyine ka ya bulay kara wulo kana ta kilar ya bambalo yo be bulaje koto dindi ngoy si ayala le sino la moy radio
wara ka mo kara mo man soro Lamin nyanta kara si so na radio
la sila le ayala le sino
ndal ko korna ko smolon
kilar ya
be bi ngala ko mo mo say mi do ni ko no kera
mengi bro
ndebe ko la da ba rosa no radio ba no bari woro radio ni abe jele ba do ngamra do man dembe buljan dala nyara nyar wo fram ko fendi mo la ba tayra ba rosa
bara te ku folo ajibe nori nya labi
mengi mun na re
ko teku
bari ko do famo ke
imagine nañu ñambol si zol le keje kisigi man si zol no le kafun ka ñoma bari ñambu kino ni mañana ka finde ni nambe ko zol la ni nambe ko zol la jang
ngalle limbeta de be ñambo do dilanna
ñara ni ko ritim fennat ñara nata
koto bari famo ke da
ngata Tami bungkoro ñara ngando ko fele ko ke e baru nganda ni pelo la ndija
iyo awa beter la ko
bisu diara
ye fongo tanka sina dolu tanka koro ta koro
Viewers and listeners, we are back again on the Jollyphonics program, and we are going to start where we stopped. But before we start, I have a very nice song for you, which I want to sing with you, and then we go on to the lesson proper. Now, I want you to listen attentively. I'm going to sing this song, and then you listen very well, because I want you to know what my name is. My name is Michelle. What is yours? I want to know. I want you to know. Who am I? Michelle, Michelle, what a nice name. That's the way my name is called. My name is Michelle. What is yours? I want you to know. Who am I? Michelle, Michelle, what a nice name. That's the way my name is called. Is that understood? So that's my name. Today we're going to look at sounding. But before we go into sounding, we are going to recap our previous lessons. Remember, we have learned some lessons here. Okay. Remember, we have learned here some lessons. That is from book 1, 2, and today we are going to look at book 3. But before we move, I want you to look at these sounds first. And you tell me the sounds. Are you seeing this sound? This sound is s, 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 s. Again, s. The next one. The next one we have a, 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 a. Sound. What sound is this? T, t, t. Put it here. This one, sorry, this one, I. And this other one, p, 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 p. This one, Now we have the sounds in the first book. Now we are going to look at book 2, where you have k, two sounds coming together. That is the C and the K. We have e. Sorry, I didn't tell you the sound. This is e, e, e. What sound is this? And this other one, Another one. That is the sound before D. And then we have the D sound. Now, let's look at the board and see the sounds that we've learned before. Remember, these sounds were taught before, and then we looked at them. Today, we just want to see whether we can remember what we have learned in the previous lesson. Can we all say the sounds? S, A, T, I, P, K. If you look at this, you have the C and the K. They all have the same sound. And then you have E, R, M, and D. Very good. Now, before we go to the next lesson, I want us to look at these sounds properly, and we try to form a word from each of the sounds, only one word from each of the sounds, to see whether we can remember our initial sounds in words. Now, let's start with S. We can say sat. Look at that. We have sat. If you look at the initial sound of this word is S. We move A. Ant. What's the initial sound of the word ant? A. We move T. Tap. Look at tap, the word tap. That's the initial sound. You hear in the word T. That is tap. We go I. We have ink. What's the initial sound here? That is I. I. We hear in the I sound. And then the other one we have P. Pan. Pan. The initial sound there is P. Now we move N. Let's say net. The initial sound here is net. Now looking at these words, you realize that all the sounds we've learned in book 1, you have the words being formed here. And if you look at the words, their initial sounds are S, A, T, I, P, and N in all the words. If you look at sat, the initial sound is, that is the sound. We are only interested in the sound, the first sound. You look at ant, the same thing. The first sound is A. You look at the first sound is, sorry, you look at tap, the first sound is T. And then when you look at I, ink, the first sound is I. Pan, the first sound is P. And net, the first sound is N. Now, let's move to the second book. Still, we are going to form only a word from each of the sounds. Now, let's go. Kite. The initial sound here is K. Cap. Initial sound here is K. Egg. Egg. What's the initial sound we hear in here? That is egg. Now we move hand. The initial sound here, what we hear is. Now we move to rat. The initial sound of the word rat is r. Let's say man. Here, our initial sound here is m. And we have what we call the d sound, that is D-O-G, dog. The sound we hear first here is d. Now we have done that. I want us now to look at our new lesson today. Today we're going to look at a new sound, but first, before I say anything about the sound, I am going to read a storyline for you, which I want each and every one of you to sit and listen attentively. I will read the storyline twice. You listen and tell me the sound you hear from the story. Is that clear? Now let's go. The sink is blocked and full of water. A plumber has been called to unblock it. When the sink is unblocked, the water goes down the drain, making a gurgling sound, g, 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 gurgle. Can you listen again? The sink is blocked and full of water. A plumber has called to unblock it. When the sink is unblocked, the water goes down the drain, making a gurgling sound, g, 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 g. Now, can you tell me, what sound do you hear from the story? Yes? G, good. Another one? Yes, g. If you look at it, that's the sound there. Yes? G. Very good. The sound is g. Very good. Let's all say the sound. We're going to look at the sound. You said g. Very good. G. Now, look at this. That's the sound. Can you all say it? Say the sound. Say it again. Say it again. G. 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 Yes. G. 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 Very good. That is the sound. Now, I want us to form the letter. That is what we call letter formation. Now we're going to form the letter in the air, on your tables, and then in your books. But then before we do that, I want you to take out your books and your pencils and get ready, because you are going to write the sound in your books. Are you ready? Now let's go. Around. Can we go? Around, up, down, and a curve. Can we do that again? Around, up, down, and a curve. Now, that is to say, around, up, down, and a curve. Around, up, down, and a curve. Around, up, down, and a curve. Now, we have done that. Now I want you to write it in your books. Sorry, write it on your friend's back first. From there, you write it in your books. Good. Now, This word, this sound here, we have formed the letter. Now, before we move, I want us to look at something. Let me see whether you can remember the sounds. Now, look at this card here. Look at this. Some will tell me this is color. Am I right? That is green. 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 So if you look at green, the spelling of the word green has the initial sound is G. G. Green, green, G. Because we are only interested in the initial sound. Now, I have another picture here again. Look at it properly before you say anything. What picture is this? This is goat. 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 Would you realize that the initial sound there is what? G. G. That is the initial sound. That is the first sound you're hearing in the word goat. Now, another one. This is goal. Class, do you know what is goal? You know, some of us like what? Watching game. When you kick the ball and it enters the net, that is what we call a goal. So now, if you look at the initial sound in the word goal, is G. G. Are we there? Very good. So now, you realize that we have done what? We have looked at the first sounds when we started our lessons, the first book, where we made words using initial sounds. And then now we looked at pictures with initial sounds of the sound that we are learning today. So now, I have a very nice song for you. And I want each and every one of you to listen. I will sing the song, and then you will sing after me. Is that okay? Now let's go like this. The water gurgles down the drain. I'm going to read the words first. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain with a G, 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 G. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain with a G, 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 G. Do you hear me? Very good. Now, we're going to sing the song. And it goes like this. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain with a G, 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 G. Can we go again? The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain. The water gurgles down the drain with a G, 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 G. Now, that's our song. Now, before we go, I want us to have an activity. I just want you to know, I want to see whether you can still remember the sounds that we have learned before. Now, I'm going to place this here, and I would like you to match them for me. Now, we are going to match the same sounds with these sounds here. I'm going to give you some cutouts, and then we try to match them. If I call a sound, you come and place the right sound on it. Is that understood? Now let's go. Let's look at the board. Where do we have S? We have S here. We're going to place it there. Very good. That is the first sound. What is the next sound? A. A. Let's look at A. Good. Now we are going to place A. We have A. 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 T. T. Where do we place the sound? T. T comes here. And then the next sound is what? E. 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 Where are we going to place E? We're going to place it here. And then the other sound. What is the next sound? P. 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 We are going to place it here. P. And then the last sound, it's going to be, in book 1, it's going to be mm. Mm. So we're going to place it here. Mm. Have you seen that? Now you realize that we have done same sound matching. That is, match the same sounds. We match S to the sound S. We match A to the sound A. We match T to its sound, E to its sound, P to its sound, and N to its sound. I think we've done a lot now. So can we just make a quick recap? S, A, T, E, P, N, K, K, E, H, R, M, D. And then we look at the words that we have formed using the initial sounds. Sat, ant, tap, ink, pan, net, kite, cap, egg, hen, rat.